So I definitely noticed this chapter of Fairy Tail was giving a lot more of the less relevant characters like Bisca and those type of characters some screen time and actually having them do something instead of just sitting in the background for majority of it, because like you even had, I think it's Freed that was holding up the barriers and everything. It was definitely Hiro Mashima saying, okay, it's not always got to be about Natsu, Grey, Gajeel, Erza, even though they were relevant in the chapter as well, but ultimately it was kind of giving them some screen time. So I thought that was kind of a nice touch instead of just blazing guns immediately with everybody, which at the same time he was. So yeah, but it was cool to see nonetheless the less relevant guys. Now, I don't know how much of a surprise attack it was, because at the end of the day you have this amazing tactician that is Mavis, and even though they thought, yeah, we got the one up on these motherfuckers, with Mavis planning for that yet again, it's kind of weird, and sometimes it makes me look at it like, huh? Because Mavis planned for a surprise attack, even though she was completely dumbfounded by it last chapter, and ultimately had like, okay, we're gonna go with plan D, blah, 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 but then she forgot about the Dragon Slayers having motion sickness. So I was kind of like, how the fuck you supposed to be this master tactician, but you fuck something like that up? Like, Mavis, are you alright? And I thought it was a nice touch bringing that cannon back from the Phantom arc, where, you know, that was, I believe, the guild's one of their main weapons or whatever, bringing that back and having Bisca use that. That was a nice little touch. Again, I think this was, to a certain degree, a small trip down some of memory lane with having, again, some of these older characters and some of these older things appearing in the chapter. And the panel with Gajeel, Natsu, and Wendy showing up, even though it was crusty afterward because they fell out, which I was like, we really have to have that comedic moment right now. But the initial arrival of them looked sick, and the art was looking on point as well. But then again, I'm like, this looks badass as fuck, but they got motion sickness and look crusty afterward. Fuck. And I mean, it was a straight point chapter. Erza comes in fucking cutting the ship in half and is like badass Erza as ever, but I think this is kind of soon for Erza to be already in a fight, fighting one of the Alvarez people, her and Azir or Agil, however the fuck you pronounce it, because every different site wants to call him something else, but like, that was a pretty quick setup for them two to fight, and I did not see that actually happening. So I'm curious if next chapter is just going to go a different route and like, they're going to get interrupted so Erza doesn't completely annihilate this fool, or they're actually going to go at it, which again, I don't see it, because I thought it was going to be Erza versus that one war fucking person. So yeah, I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not, and if it does, it's like really quick setup for an Erza fight, which usually Mashima loves to save that for the very end. Although to be fair, this Azir guy, like, while he has some pretty awesome powers, he's not the brightest guy, so definitely Erza could make some quick work of him to a certain extent if she plays her cards right or whatever, so maybe it won't even be a long fight if they do go at it. I mean, granted, yeah, Alvarez has been built up, but he looks like he's like at the bottom of the totem pole as far as the main 12 goes, so I wouldn't be surprised if at least that fight went by a little bit quick. But the rest of them, like Miss Brandish, if Miss Brandish gets busted out, I'm gonna be like, you fucking joking, right? But Azir, whatever, let the crusty get fucked up. But yeah, for the most part, good chapter. I mean, I was a little disappointed to see Natsu, Gajeel, and Wendy basically getting fucking sick after this major plan of Mavis the tactician, but Erza coming and cutting the ship in half, sick as fuck, and then the setup with her to fight already one of the Alvarez people. Pretty cool stuff. 7 out of 10 for the most part with this chapter. Let me know what you guys think though. What did you think about them coming in there like bosses and falling out? Also, Erza cutting the ship in half, and how did you feel about seeing some of those less relevant characters actually doing something, like protecting with the barrier, and Bisca using the cannon? Like, it might have been not the most effective, but still Mashima giving them some screen time, which is always cool. And yeah, we'll throw us a chapter. Pretty quick one, but that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.